I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, it is time to do a video. I haven't done a video in like 3 weeks and I feel really bad about it, but I just put out my HIV AIDS story and pictures video about 4 hours ago. And it's, oh my God, I worked so hard on that. And it might not come through because, I don't know, you know, unless you're the one putting it together, you don't realize how much work goes into it. But I worked on that, oh my gosh, for literally since probably, I think summertime. So I know I was doing it, hello? Oh, thought somebody was listening to me. Always. Anyways, I was doing it during summertime, and like always when there were little breaks at work, I would be on my computer trying to put it together. And I did it like through Google presentation, and then I had to find a way to transfer it to an MP4, so I finally found a way to use this thing called Tiny Take, and it like screenshotted. Oh my God, my clothes are like, oh, it's my washer. Finn, come here. Finn. Okay, he's gonna be scratching out my door in a second. Okay, so I put it all together on this thing called Tiny Take, where it does like a screenshot of the entire video, and then I uploaded it into Movie Maker and added music, which is really hard to do because it's hard to find free music, and you have to sit there and try to match up what you want to like convey with the pictures and have the right music and fade in and out and all. It just, I don't know. Gosh, I'm so critical of it, but people are being really nice and say they like it. So thank you so much, because I did work really hard on it. But after I've watched it like a gazillion times, it's no longer my favorite video. And I wanted it to be, but I'm so tired of looking at it. So anyways, I did that. I realized that in these videos I say so and a lot, and I really want to stop doing that. So, it's annoying. I delete that out of all my, that's like my thing when I do the edits. I delete those words out because they bug me so much. But it's such a natural thing to say so and but I'm trying not to. See, I just did it. I wanted to read this message that I just got because I thought it was so cool. He had just watched my HIV AIDS story, and his name is Max, and I just thought this was amazing. He says, I thought I had HIV, I had a white tongue. Thought it was thrush, but it was just saliva, laugh out loud. I couldn't eat for 2 days, I couldn't sleep for 4 nights. And I'm reading this because I think there's so many people that go through this that totally freak out. And it's just such a common thing, and I just want all those people to know they're not alone. This really happens like all the time. He says he had irregular heart palpitations, and felt like my breathing would stop when I slept. It was super scary. I thought I had a fever, my mouth was dry, chills all over my body, I didn't know what to do. My first reaction was to wait it out. One day after some of the symptoms, I went on Google, did my own diagnosis, and he put, guys, don't self-diagnose yourselves. He's so right. It made me anxious, depressed, made me panic looking at results. 2 days later, I locked myself in a room for about 3 days. Called my job, asked for some time off. It was so horrible. So I came to YouTube because I believed I knew I had HIV. Started looking at stories and people sharing their symptoms. Almost all the videos I saw made me even more anxious and scared. I saw your thumbnail and ignored it. A day later, I came back to YouTube and clicked on your thumbnail by accident. I listened to you and it felt like I couldn't get enough of you. Thank you, Max. And you were curing my anxiety. Right on. You gave me courage to get tested. I was still scared, but you actually made me smile. It got rid of a lot of the stigma that I believed in. This was happening around the 1st of this month. I got tested for HIV. The test results were unreactive. Even though I tested negative for HIV, I'm now more knowledgeable about HIV thanks to you. My story is pointless, I know. Not pointless at all. So important, because this happens all the time. But I'm just trying to tell everyone, don't diagnose yourself with a virus, which definitely a lot of people do. I'll let the doctors do that. Get tested. So yes, get tested. Thank you so much, Max, for this reminder. I've got so many different things I've got to talk about. We have, the group is going great. I've got the female group. Everybody that's on there is positive. We're all female. We're up to about 35 right now, again, from all over the world. 2 of our members were diagnosed in 1991. They are lone warriors. Everybody else is very recent or within maybe like the last, maybe 6 years, but most of us are within the last year. So one of these women shared her story, and back then when she was diagnosed, she was literally given a pamphlet that said, you have HIV, there is no cure at this time, you have probably about 6 years to live, you will eventually get AIDS and you will die. And so she literally had to go home with this information, live a ticking time bomb. You don't know when your life's going to end. This is how people had to deal with this back in the 90s. So, and then during that time, she eventually, some medications did come out, and here she is today. And the other woman, I don't know her story yet, but I'm assuming it's something very similar. So thank God for today, for the medication that we have, and that we don't have to walk out of a doctor's office feeling like our life is going to end. But this is what they had to deal with. And this one woman, it's, you know, it's affected her. It's like, I truly believe that she's had somewhat of like a post-traumatic stress situation. You know, living with that fear for so long and not knowing whether you're going to live or not. You can imagine how that would feel, years and years trying to live that way, not knowing if you're actually going to be alive the next year, that there's no one that can help you. So knowing today that we have all the help that we do is amazing. And this is my pill right here. I keep it right over here. I kind of thought about that when I was doing my videos. Right here. And here's my water. I take it right before I go to bed. So yeah, here's my pills. Okay. So I wanted to mention that. I got my first false positive. Girl reached me last weekend, 18 years old. She had had such little contact sexually. Like somebody when she was 15, and unfortunately a rape that had happened to her a year before that her parents didn't know about. She was living at home. She is living at home. She's got younger siblings. This is in the US. Her mom doesn't know that she's sexually active at all. She was going to the clinic to get on birth control because she had a new boyfriend and she'd never been with him, and she wanted to be prepared. She was doing all the right things. And she did the test because it was offered and it was free, and it came back positive. So I spoke with her. My gosh, what a stressful weekend for her. She was a wreck. I mean, as you can imagine, 18, you're just starting your life. She'd had very little, she was on such a low risk too. So like, you know, the thought that she could get this with such low risk, it was hard to believe, because she had like, you know, one real partner, but I don't think she'd had a whole lot of contact with them. And, you know, I mean, it only takes one time, but you know, that's not that common. Usually it's many exposures before it's going to happen. So anyways, 3 days later, she gets a call from the doctor, and it's a false positive. She wasn't positive. So this has never happened to me. I've never seen this happen with everybody that I've talked to in my last 6 months of doing this. I don't think it's that common, but it happened. It did. They had a positive, and now she's not. So she ended up testing positive for chlamydia, and she's being treated for that. But I'll tell you what a weekend that girl had, having to explain this to her young boyfriend also, and you know, he wasn't sure what he was going to do, and she was literally in her room while her parents were at church. She didn't want them to know what was going on. She was having a nervous breakdown, obviously, and I tried to work with her as much as I could, but you can imagine what fear this poor girl must have been going through. So anyways, a false positive. It happens. I can't believe it. Okay, and then I want to talk about a guy, and I'm talking fast because I feel like these go on too long, these videos, and I don't want them to, but I have so much to say, and I don't have enough time to make videos every day. There's a young man in Jamaica that I'm talking to who's very sick right now with AIDS, who brought something up to me that I didn't know. I'm sorry, gosh, I feel so out of the loop sometime with things in the world and what's going on, and I'm learning so much more about the world just because of what I do now and who I'm talking to and finding out about what happens in different countries. But it's illegal. It's illegal to be gay in Jamaica. I mean, I grew up in California, so for me this is like, you know, everyone's gay. So, you know, it's not unusual here in California. It's not unusual in the U.S. I've been to Jamaica, actually. I visited when I was 15 on a cruise, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I had no idea that it was illegal. Like, literally people have to, there's a video that he, I'll put a link to it in the bottom. He sent me a link to a video that you know, if you're out about it, they'll like kill you. Like, I did watch part of the video, and it's dangerous to be out and gay in Jamaica. That's terrifying. This is a problem in Jamaica. People should be aware of this. I had no idea. Like I said, in California, it's not a big deal. I mean, this is just like, we're just people who love people, who cares, you know? But in the other countries, illegal? Like, what? Like, I had no idea. Okay, so I'm learning a lot. Okay, what else? Oh, thank you guys for checking out my website. It's been getting a lot of hits. I've learned something about a bounce rate, which I never knew before. It means that people that come to your site if they just look at the first page and then leave, then it's called a bounce. So if they don't like go in and look around, then it's considered a bounce, and that's sort of considered like not a great thing. So my bounce rate is low. I'm very happy about that. So thank you so much for those of you who have been going on it and checking it out, because I did put a lot of work into it, and I will continue to add more to it. I've just been really busy trying to get this last video done with the pictures and all of that. And I'm going to start paying a little bit more attention to my website. But it's great. I've been getting messages through my website, and that part's been working really well, so I'm happy about that. So I thought I would just answer a few questions about how people treat me having HIV. So as far as people, friends and neighbors, and believe me, everybody knows. I'm so loud about it, like everybody knows. Nobody treats me any differently, honestly. Maybe because I am so obnoxiously loud about it, I don't know. But no, everybody treats me the same, including my boyfriend, yay. And people at work, like, it's not like people walk up to me and ask me, but it's funny, people still will ask me how I'm doing, like, how's your health, you know, are you okay? Like, I still get that, which is surprising, but it's just because people still don't know. And they think that because you have HIV that you're fragile and that you're maybe sick all the time, or that you're on the verge of being sick all the time, but I'm not. I'm healthy. I'm super healthy. So I'm not treated differently at work. I'm not treated differently by my friends. Although I do wonder when people hug me if they're thinking, oh my God, I'm hugging the girl with HIV. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. My exercise and diet is no different. I went surfing the other day. Everything feels the same. Endurance levels, everything's the same. I can do everything I used to do before I got really sick, which has been a year now. So yeah, everything's the same that way. I eat the same. My medication, you know, I've always said that it doesn't give me any side effects. I decided to change the time on it, and I thought maybe I'm going to go back to taking it in the morning, because I used to do that, but it would give me like, I would feel a little bit nauseated and I would have like a headache. And so I ended up taking it at night because my doctor said that it was okay, but I shouldn't be taking it with food. So I know at night I basically am taking it with food, and I wasn't feeling anything. So I started switching it to the mornings, where I was taking it like I was moving it 2 hours further through the night, and I definitely got nauseated again and got a headache again. So I've now moved it back up to nighttime, and kind of with something in my stomach. It's kind of like that feeling when you take a vitamin on an empty stomach and you feel sort of like you could throw up at like any second. It's kind of that feeling on an empty stomach. That's how it makes me feel. So, oh, and the reason I was trying to not take it at night is because I think it was affecting my sleep. I don't know for sure. Like, I do wake up and I think a lot at night. If I get up to go to the bathroom and I go back to bed, sometimes I'm wide awake and my mind is thinking, but I have a lot on my mind. So I don't know if it's that, and it could be the medication too, but I will take that any day over going through AIDS again and being sick. I don't care. Sleepless nights, big deal. I'll take some more melatonin or something. I don't know. It doesn't affect me that much, and I'd rather have it at night with a little food than to feel that nauseated headache thing. But again, even that, I'd rather have that than go through being, you know, sick. It's raining here and we're sick of the rain. It's been raining for days and days and weeks and weeks and months, and all the roads are starting to fall apart, and it's really annoying, and we're all tired of the rain. California is no longer in a drought, okay? We have plenty of water. We're done. We can now take nice, long, hot showers. But yeah, we're tired of the rain. It needs to let up. We need to have the sun again. Okay, that's all I can think of saying right now, but I just wanted to get all of that off my chest. Sorry if I talked a mile a minute, but I had a lot to say, and I probably have a lot more to say, and I know I do, but it'll be on my next video. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye! Bye!